F1 is back, and On Track is here to cover it. I sent Henry from Planet F1 to the Autosport event at the NEC to chat to F1 fans about the upcoming season.
So I've been sent by Robbie to kickstart the Formula 1 season here at the NEC in Birmingham at Autosport International. It's the first time in 3 years that this motor show has happened, and it is very much petrol head heaven. Let's get in and have a look. So we're now inside the NEC. There is so much to see in here. You can see GT cars, Le Mans cars, and of course a few Formula 1 cars too.
I think we're in a really good place for Formula 1 at the minute, because I don't think we've ever seen the middle of the pack so close before. I'd like to see it a little bit closer at the front. I mean, Ferrari made strides last year. I don't think there's any doubt that Ferrari had the better car on the Saturday, but it just didn't have the race pace, and I think Ferrari are going to rectify that this season. I think Mercedes is certainly going to close that gap. So I think you're going to have a good fight at the top with the top three.
For the 2023 season, obviously Max won it by quite a long way last year. I mean, obviously being a Charles Leclerc fan, you're probably hoping for something a little bit different this time round.
Yeah, I do. I still feel that Max will win though. I think just generally like Red Bull are on the wall.
Are you expecting Mercedes to get back in the fight?
I'm hoping so. They seem to have learnt their lesson from last year, so hopefully they can pull it back. It'd be nice to see a fight at the front.
I'm looking forward to a good battle all the way through. I think that'll keep the fans excited, and everyone wants to see Verstappen and Hamilton battle it out again, which would be good to watch.
Well, hopefully Mercedes will be back on the pace. Hopefully Ferrari will be a bit better from the strategy perspective. And hopefully it'll just be a lot closer than it was last season, basically.
It's not often you get to see a record-breaking Formula 1 car in the flesh, is it? And this one won 17 out of the 22 races last season, the RB18, driven by Max Verstappen and Sergio Perez. And you can see the Aston Martin AMR22 over there, and the Alpine A522 there from last season too. What are they going to come out with next season? Who knows? But it's great to see them in the flesh here today in Birmingham. What do you think needs to change for Ferrari ahead of the new year?
Obviously strategy is a big thing, I'm sure everyone knows that. I think that's the main thing really. Obviously it was the biggest thing last year. Obviously reliability was another thing, but yeah, just have to see really on that one.
I think the strategy more than anything, because obviously last year they looked up basically, and I think reliability as well let them down, you know, so I just think reliability and strategy basically.
For Ferrari, I think hopefully they'll get back on track. I think they could have done it last year with the right strategy calls everyone spoke about, didn't they? Abby's more of a Charles fan than a Carlos fan, but hopefully they can just iron out those little mistakes they're making as well, make it better. But it'd be really good to see again Mercedes are back up there, although I'm not particularly a Mercedes fan myself, but it'd be good to see them back up there with Red Bull and Ferrari, and hopefully McLaren and that will come back as well. You know, it's more teams fighting really.
Need to win something. The strategy is shite last year. The strategies were really bad. So if you get the strategy right, they have some chance, but not with what they got last year.
Who do you think is the dirtiest driver in Formula 1 at the moment?
Dirtiest? At the moment.
Dirtiest? I'm going to be controversial and say Max at the moment. I think he doesn't know when to give up a corner. So I think, given his history with Lewis year before last, and in Brazil last year as well, and obviously with Perez in Brazil not giving up the place back, he's a bit of a petulant child at the moment. So I don't know if that's controversial or not, but yeah, at the moment he's got a lot of growing up to do, I'd say.
Ooh, that's really interesting. I think I'm going to say Stroll. He's had a couple of moves there now. Where was it again? The Baku, I can't remember now. That someone went flying. Don't ask me who it was. It was Alonso. Alonso Stroll, yeah.
Yeah, Austin, yeah.
Austin, yeah, that was it. So yeah, Stroll, I think.
Yuki Tsunoda. Yeah.
First person to say that. Why do you think that?
Because he's always crashing.
Max Verstappen.
Unequivocal. Why is that?
Dirtiest.
Yeah.
Have you seen the way he drives? He's playing bumper cars. No, he's not playing Formula 1, man. What's he doing? But yeah, the amount of collisions that he gets involved with, and then he blames on other people, is just too much, in my opinion. Obviously, other people might disagree.
So behind me you can see the Mercedes simulator they brought with them here. People driving around a virtual Bahrain but trying to simulate what an actual Formula 1 car looks like, and as you can see it's a bit of a roller coaster ride, isn't it? Right, we're going to give this go in a second, see what it's really like to go around a lap in a Formula 1 car, kind of. That looks really scary, doesn't it? Sat in waiting for a lap around Bahrain in the W13. I wonder if it'll porpoise as well.
Keep your arms and legs away from the doors at all times and please remain seated.
Right. First braking zone coming up, God. Right, breathe in. Oh. That's literally like a roller coaster. Right, big braking zone.
Thank you again.
Yeah, cheers for that, Lewis. Blooming heck. Imagine that. Lap after lap. What's your prediction for the top 3 in Constructors' Championship? 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3. I'd say it'd be Red Bull, Ferrari, Mercedes again.
Oh, that's a tough one. Again, it's going to be, obviously, I think Ferrari, Red Bull, Mercedes are going to be there. I'm going to have to be positive. Say Ferrari, Red Bull, Mercedes.
Red Bull, Mercedes, maybe Ferrari. I think it's going to be Red Bull, but I prefer it to be Mercedes, followed by Red Bull and then McLaren.
Right, so we're here by the Motorsport Images Race Against Dementia Gallery, and Sir Jackie Stewart, 3-time Formula 1 World Champion, is right over there. And he is personally signing 10 motorsport memories that were chosen by motorsport fans from all over the world, and such an established name in motorsport too, because it's a really, really worthy cause. Just looking forward to the season as a whole then. I mean, obviously Verstappen was so dominant last year, wasn't he? I mean, you just wanting a bit more of a close one overall?
Yeah, I think so. Everyone wants that. Just more teams together. I mean, McLaren were a bit of a letdown this year to an extent with what we hoped for. So yeah, just 4 or 5 teams really, you know, just in and amongst the mix, and a mixture of podiums. We saw the fewest number of teams involved in podiums in recent years. So yeah, back to that. The racing was closer, but the end result was, you know, more or less the same.
Do you reckon he can win a 3rd title in a row, Max?
Hopefully, yes. Yeah, but it's going to be a lot tougher this season, I think. Yeah. Mercedes are going to come back strong, I think, and Ferrari. Yeah. So I don't think it's going to be straightforward.
I think Mercedes are going to be back on top, or very, very close. But then I also think that Haas are one to keep an eye on, because they're finally reaching the budget cap limit. So hopefully if they can get some decent people in, they might actually have a really competitive car for once.
Yeah, I do think things are going to be a little bit closer this year. Obviously a lot of changes with the cars, you know, a lot of changes with the rules as well. And I think, you know, with all of those changing at the same time, it could make a real difference to how close, you know, the sport's going to be this year.
So we're stood by the History of Formula 1 feature here at the NEC in Birmingham now. Things are just about wrapping up for the day now, but we've packed a lot into it. We've spoken to lots of you Formula 1 fans as well. We've been and seen a live action show here at the NEC. We've been inside the Mercedes simulator that's going on behind me there. We've seen plenty of cars going around and lots of people. I mean, Autosport International is now back after 3 years away, and it's fantastic to see it too. If you like this video, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe as well. Thank you so much for watching, and we will speak to you again soon.